Okay, here we are in sunny Camden, and it gives me great pleasure, all the way from Sweden, Klara and Pepper, from a new band, The Herd.
That's right.
And it's a new band, doing music, but tell us about why the name The Herd, where the name come from.
Yeah, well, we wanted a short, like, snappy name that that sticks, and it's like we've heard something and we want to be heard, and it's also, you can imagine, like a herd of animals, even if that's spelled differently.
Yep.
but I like that idea of us being like a unit of crazy animals, like.
Excellent, and you will be heard very soon.
Yeah.
2nd of November, Despotz Records, the debut album, The Island.
Oh yeah.
And it's sort of a concept album. Tell us more about the concept of the idea.
The concept is, it's an island.
Yeah.
And it's inspired by a real place, actually, an island in the archipelago outside of Stockholm.
Right.
A few hours with the boat out in the Baltic Sea.
Yeah, and we're not going to tell you which one.
No, so it's kind of a mix between reality and imagination. And the concept, it's like short stories from this island, where we present our characters, the people and creatures living on this island, and we tell the stories about them.
And how did you get inspiration for this album? Did you go and camp there? Did you stay there to give you ideas?
No, actually, both Ida, the bass player, and Skinny, the guitarist, they both have connections to this island. They've been staying there, living there, or staying there for summers.
Yeah.
And giving us some stories. And then we kind of mixed it from the real stories to, you know, the fantasy ones, or is it fantasy, or is it real?
Well, we're talking the subject of real and fantasy in a minute, but let's talk about the band.
Yeah.
Because 3 former members of Crucified Barber.
That's right.
There's you, Klara, Ida and Nikki. We've got Pepper. And Skinny, so called because she is skinny. We can't say that sort of thing here in England. So tell us about yourself. Tell us about your background.
My background? Well, I've always enjoyed singing since I was super little, of course, and music has always been important in my life. But I've been in, you know, like in different cover bands singing, but I have always known that I want to be having a bigger role in the music scene. So for me, joining this band, The Herd, and to meeting Klara and the rest is the best thing ever. I mean, for me, it's a dream come true since I have always wanted to do this.
Because you're from the stage as a burlesque artist.
Yeah.
So how's that different between burlesque and being in a rock band?
Well, I don't sing as much when I'm doing burlesque, but of course I do sometimes, and I don't really get so naked with The Herd as I do when I perform burlesque.
Otherwise, basically the same.
Basically the same.
No, but I have to say it's weird that you haven't been in a major band. You have such a great, powerful voice. I mean, a bona fide rock star and a great voice. So we're just happy we snatched her like before anyone did.
Yeah, that's true.
Had you spot Pepper yourself? Was you in friendship before? Or?
We've been friends, like not close friends, but we've known each other
Pub friends.
Pub friends.
Like we are now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My old drinking buddy. No, but we've known each other for a long time. And when we started this new band, me, Nikki, and Ida, we were looking for a singer, and I had seen a clip of Pepper singing, like with a cover band. I don't remember what song it was. It was maybe it was a Kiss song. I don't remember, but we were looking to find a singer, and I said, Pepper, she's a great singer. Don't you think we should ask her? And they were like, oh, okay, so she's a singer, and they checked you out.
You Googled me.
Yeah, but it was kind of hard to get a hold of this.
I know.
But I've seen her, and she's great. We need to have her. And then Ida met you by chance and asked you.
Yeah, I ran into her at a subway station, and she was, you know, like, oh, hi Ida, hi. okay, where are you going? Where are you doing? I'm just going home, you know, listen to some records, you know, pretend I'm a rock star and so on. And then she said, why don't you come down to our rehearsal space?
And become a real rock star.
And I was like, I don't know. So I did, and the rest is the beginning.
Very excellent. And obviously Skinny's not here. Is it Skinny Kangur? Hope I pronounced the name correct.
Yeah.
She's not here to speak about herself, so...
He.
Sorry.
No, but he's, I mean, correctly, he's the biggest cunt.
Who cares this day and age?
Yeah, I don't think he minds.
No.
Luckily my face is not on the camera, so I'll get away with this. Please tell us more about Skinny Kangur.
Well, Skinny is a great, actually also an old friend of ours. Most people know him as the bass player of the band Deathstars.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I had heard rumors about him being a great guitarist as well.
Yeah.
So when I met him at a record fair, and he said I really miss playing. We don't play that much right now, and I want to play more. I put 2 and 2 together. Okay, you want to play, and I've heard you're a great guitarist.
Yeah.
And so we discussed with the girls, like, maybe we should ask Skinny to join our band. They were like, yeah, hell yes, let's do it. And so he came down, and it felt right. And he is a great guitar player.
Yeah.
Such he's a great guitar player.
Brilliant. And I'll say it's a doom band. I mean, just go back to Crucified Barbara for a second. In June 2016, you announced your split. And at the time you said, our lives have parted ways, we need to move on, and the joy of playing together got lost somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
But there's now 3 members of Crucified Barbara in this band. So what's the difference between then and now?
Oh, there's a lot of difference. I mean, the sound, everything is different, and the feeling about writing music, playing music is this. Crucified Barbara had gone on for so many years. I mean, we started the band already when we were teenagers.
Yes, right, yeah.
So it was, you know, like a relationship. It's time to let go. It's not fun anymore. And so it was time. It wasn't fun the last half year or something like that.
And what we picked up about this album with The Herd, The Island, which you mentioned earlier, it's about fantasy. Where Crucified Barbara was about reality. You know, sort of feminist issues, blah blah blah. Where this is completely fantasy. So was that a nice step for you?
I wouldn't say this is completely
Exactly.
fantasy.
Yeah.
This is like a mix between. It's where reality and imagination crosses. But it's The Herd. For me, it's like a dream come true to be able to do something without having to fit into a genre or having to do what people expect out of you, because we're a new band. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Well, I think what is so refreshing about the album is that most doom bands are male dominated, which is a female dominated. There is one male in the band. But the lyrics are from like a female perspective. Like there's a great song in there, Revenge Song, which when normally male bands will sing about burning the witches, we all sing about getting the revenge on that person.
Yeah, it's the revenge, the witches' revenge on the people that shame them. So it's very inspired from the Me Too movement. That was like in its prime when we wrote the album, and we read so many stories online from people, like what has happened to them during the years, like especially within the music industry. And it was a great time to feel like, okay, it's the return, the revenge of the witches, and that's like our ode to the witches.
Because even the song Sirens is from like a very sort of female song, very like the strength of a woman. You can tell us more about that song, Sirens?
What is it all about? Well, I mean, have you heard the electrical version, just to be curious?
I've heard the album version.
Okay,
it's like the slow electric version,
well, what should we say it's all about? I mean, you become a siren on this island, and you get like, really, it's hard, the island kind of sucks your energy, the power out of you, and you get, you know, it's like, for me, when I recorded, it was like I picture myself kind of like drowning, and all the sirens kind of saved me. But that's how the way to become the siren.
Yeah, it's about a young woman who gets seduced by the siren mother, and she's young, innocent, but then she, in the end, she becomes one of them, and she actually wants to become one of these seductive siren creatures.
Excellent. There's another title on the album, very short title, It.
Yeah.
That's Scary Monsters, is it?
Well, actually, it's.
We still get scared of monsters under the bed, don't we?
Particularly the ones underneath the stairs, I would say.
This one lives under the stairs. It's inspired by a Swedish book, a Swedish author called Marie Hermansson. And this creature lives under the stairs. He's a nasty, small, shabby creature who lives in your house and rules your house. And you're like, this is my house. What are you doing here? And it's kind of a metaphor for, like, is this real, or is it? Am I having a psychosis, or is this actually happening? I think everyone can relate, even if you're not psychotic. You can relate to that feeling. Like, is this actually happening? Is this real or not? So that's what it's about.
I think you've just done another single. Is it? I believe it's your second single, Tower of Silence. First one being White Lightning.
Yeah, it's the first one from the album.
Yep. And the single's got great artwork. That's the album. The album artwork's got like the five of you stranded on an island, looking out to the sea of an emerald green sky. And the single artwork, you know, it's got like a vulture with the tower in the background. Striking artwork. Tell us who did the artwork.
She's called Nina Johansson. She's one of my best friends, and she's a very talented artist. And we knew from the beginning, like, this is a concept album. It needs to have something more than just a photo of us and the logo. We need art. So I turned to an artist.
She was a good choice, and we described a couple of songs, and she took notes. And like, oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, we introduced her into our world, and she was like, okay, got into the mood.
There.
And so she made it by hand, like hand drawn. And, I think it's digital coloring on the Tower of Silence, but otherwise it's hand
Excellent.
drawn.
Tell us who produced the album.
We produced it ourselves together with a studio engineer called Kangur, who's the owner of the studio where we recorded.
And I probably can't have asked you this question at the beginning. What made you move to a doom direction?
For me personally, this is the way. This is the type of music I've always wanted to do. It's emotional. It's not afraid to like feel a lot. It's a lot of feeling, both like sadness, anger, whatever. To just be able to not be shy about anything or try to fit into a stereotype. To do whatever, how it feels like to be a human. So. So we weren't scared of a lot of feelings, and both with the lyrics and the way we wrote the riffs. Like if we felt like, oh, maybe this is too slow, it might be too corny. Well, fuck it, it sounds great. We're gonna do it this way.
I think the great thing about this album compared to other Doom albums, there's a lot of variation on this album. Like I said, there's fast songs, slow songs.
It was important for us to have the dynamics, both in tempo and in hardness versus softness. We wanted it to be hard and soft, slow and fast, dark and bright.
Do you think the softness is something that's lacking in today's rock music? Like a lot of heavy rock albums tend to be just heavy all the way through.
No, I don't mind it. But I think it can be great. But it wasn't the way to go for us.
Yeah, exactly. We needed some, like you said, variations, and to get it more interesting.
And what Doom bands inspire you personally?
Oh, well, Sabbath, of course.
Of course. Correct answer.
Yeah, but you can never.
But you know,
I
but
mean,
Candlemass were like a doom band. We're very early.
Yeah, of course.
Gotta love Candlemass.
Yeah.
Of course.
But what is there?
But
I mean, there's a lot, of course. But then again.
But if we could only mention one, it would definitely be Sabbath.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, every day of the week.
Well, Sabbath for no more, so it's your chance for the Herd to take that Doom crown.
Yeah,
And be
but
the Queens of Doom.
I'm actually surprised you're so clear on the genre that you say Doom, because it wasn't our intention, like before we recorded the album, let's make it Doom. It was more like we're gonna write great music, and some songs are fast, some are slow, but we weren't scared of being slow anyways.
Definitely not. It's more like...
And it's hard to play slow.
Well, it is. It's hard to sing as well. You know, you're going to do it. You've got to do it right.
No.
But it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed listening to the album this morning. The album's called The Island, on the Herd, out 2nd November on Despotz Records. Klara and Pepper,
right.
wish you all the best for the future. It's been wonderful talking to you.
Thank you so much.
All the best. Thank you.